Here we go. This feels so weird. Hello everyone and welcome to a very different type of video that I want to make today. The reason being is I feel like I gotta speak from my heart. Now I this feels so cringeworthy, especially since I'm seeing myself in the monitor here. But the thing I want to do is I wanna evolve the channel a bit. I don't want to niche down totally into just gaming because there are two topics in my heart very close, and I find myself always coming back to those things all the time. And it is tech in general, like building PCs or doing some DIY stuff or learning something new about tech and soldering and new skills and such. And also I love to talk about I feel like an important topic for me is self-improvement. And I just realized these past 6 months that I more than likely, like 99.9% probability, have autism and ADHD, and it feels so weird to say that out loud for a bunch of strangers on the internet. So I feel like I want to mold my channel to talk about self-improvement and living with neurodivergence and gaming and tech all slathered into one channel. The problem is I don't know how to do that, and I figured, hey, why not just experiment? Maybe I'll separate the topics into different channels. I mean, I already have one channel that is meant for self-improvement primarily, and I don't know how to incorporate into that one. So I have so much to talk about, I feel like, and I want to share my experience not knowing that I had these diagnoses in previously. I mean, I don't have it on paper yet. I am going to do a test for both ADHD and autism, and it will be in February. February. So it'll take me a few weeks, and then I will have it official answer whether I have it or not, or if I have anything really. So, but I feel like so many pieces of my life puzzle just snapped together like this once I figured out that once I started reading about ADHD and AuDHD, because I can't really relate to autism alone, like maybe like 10% of the symptoms, like, oh, okay, I can relate to that, and I can relate to that. But when I read about AuDHD, like having autism and ADHD, I feel like somebody just were secretly watching me and writing down everything I do and just made a list of symptoms. So that's something I would like to talk about, and living with it, because it's been so freaking hard not knowing, because I hated school. I couldn't do anything at school. Like, it was a pain in the ass to go there. I couldn't focus for shit during the lessons. I was just talking with my friends all the time during the lessons, couldn't shut up, and went just couldn't wait until I got home to play video games, and I couldn't wait to go on recess to talk to my friends about video games and whatever, what have you. And that affected my grades, and I didn't have good grades ever. I had decent grades when it mattered. So my last year of elementary school, I focused hard and tried to study because I felt like it would matter, so I could just get into a school that I wanted to go, a high school, And that's just scratching the surface, like not even looking at the surface. So. And the second thing that I find really interesting and fun that I want to talk about, like I said earlier, which is kind of relatable to video games-ish, like tech and soldering and electronics and stuff. And funny thing is, I have repaired a few Game Boy Advance. I mean, few Game Boy games. This game is called Snood 2 on Vacation. So basically what I did was I just reflowed everything inside the cartridge. That means that I apply some soldering flux to the joints of the chips, and I use a hot soldering iron to just make it melt and then go back into place, so it holds down the connectors, because sometimes the connectors get bad over time. For example, they might get cracked or even just slip off, like, I don't know the word for English, but they release the connection and then they become loose and they don't have connection properly. So this game wouldn't boot up, so I just did that, and then it worked, and I was so happy for it. Same thing with let's see here, I have a little collection of games here. Let's rotate down the camera a little bit so I can show you. My first Game Boy game, Rayman, and I was like 4 or 5 years old when I got it. Let's see here. Was it Super Mario Land? Yeah, Super Mario Land 2. I had to do the same, reflow the solder for all the joints in this game too. Otherwise it wouldn't boot. It would just not work at all. And also my Zelda game, my cartridge here, press to release. This Zelda game, I couldn't get past the starting screen because the graphics were messing up. So I reflowed the solder on this one too, and then it worked. I bought these second hand, by the way, these games recently, because I plan on selling them for a profit. So yeah, what else can I tell you about? I repaired my Nintendo Switch. Well, not mine. Well, mine. I bought it recently too because it was broken. So basically it couldn't read games. So what I did was I desoldered this component and pushed down the reading pins. And then I accidentally ripped pads, and I couldn't really... I had to make it work. Yeah. And also the Joy-Con doesn't connect properly. I'm gonna fix that, hopefully. I ordered a new ribbon cable slide here. What am I talking about? Ribbon cable slide. Joy-Con slide. Because I don't know if it's the ribbon cable or what it is. And yeah, I didn't even replace this module, by the way, the game reader. I actually fixed it, opened it up and fixed it, soldered it, and got it to work again without ordering a new one, which is much more fun and more challenging. Probably spent about 5 hours doing that. So yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, because I really want just to say something about what I want to do and how I want to head out and doing it. And it's probably not going to be a good idea. I mean, I'm probably going to end up splitting up the videos into different channels, keeping it niched, you know, so people know what to expect. I mean, I don't even know how to structure it. But I don't want to play only video games for YouTube. Nah. I don't know if that is... I don't want to sound so like, I don't know the word, but gatekeepy, or want to sound like I want to belong to a group. But honestly, maybe it's a symptom of ADHD. You know, when people are desperate to become part of a group, they're like, oh yeah, I can relate so hard to that because of A or B or XYZ. And people are like, yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so what we were talking about now again, guys? Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. But, yeah, maybe it is. I don't want to just focus on one thing. However, I would love to do a lot of more gaming videos. And I think about playing Amnesia with One Life and do it on stream. Yeah. So have done enough rambling. Thank you very much if you stuck by and watched this, and hope to see you in the next video.